Hi there, I'm Sarah Brown, the host of the Ladies of the Brown Table podcast. Join me this week as my sister-in-law Lexi and I discuss Christian parenting, how to be upfront and transparent with people, and something crazy about dinosaur chicken nuggets. I hope you have an amazing time listening. Thank you so much, and God bless. Cancelled!
Not the spaghetti sauce!
Oh, the spaghetti sauce! Hello. Welcome to the Ladies of the Brown Table podcast with myself, Sarah Brown, and the newest of our batch,
Lexi Brown.
It's her birthday!
It's my birthday.
Oh my gosh, Barbie, what are you doing here? That's crazy. What's been crack-a-lackin' in life?
Well, I am 22 weeks pregnant today.
Anyway, 22 weeks pregnant could not be me. I had I had a dentist appointment today, so it was chill. Yeah, that was it.
I've had happy birthday sang to me like 30 different times.
30. Wow. That's a lot of happy birthdays.
That's some
30? Is that an exaggeration?
It's an exaggeration.
That reminds me of a dream I had last night. I won't specify what it was, but I was like, I don't like this! This is weird! Get out of my dream! Anyway. You'd mentioned earlier, before we started recording, that you've been listening or reading a book that...
I've been reading my baby name book.
I feel like it's
just
had one of those.
book of baby names.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. And I've been watching The Walking Dead.
Spooky.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. There's like 7 books in the series. My friend recommended it to me. It's good. It's like dystopian fiction. And I'm on book 1. I'm like 9 hours in right now. And I've been I just watched the newest Little Women.
I've never seen that.
The one with Timothée Chalamet. It was okay. Not as good as the older stuff. How do you find it important to unplug, and what could make that easier or harder?
What can make it easier and harder? I think that goes hand in hand with people and social communications. Like the Facebook, the Instagram, Snapchat,
Mm-hmm.
That can make it 10 times harder, but at the same time, if you surround yourself with the right people, they can encourage you to take time to just be with God, be still, read, worship, stuff that's needed for your everyday walk with Christ in order to keep a healthy relationship.
That's good. I would say being a teen on social media, it's kind of like the algorithm is built to one more scroll. Mm-hmm. Oh, gotta check. And like just constantly having to check like, oh, what did so-and-so say? What do they think of me? And I think it's important because I feel like we shape ourselves based off of what social media tells us.
Absolutely.
And if that's all you're doing and then for some reason you do have to unplug, then you're not going to know who you are and how to function in like the real world with real people. Not saying that these people aren't necessarily real, but people that aren't behind a screen. But you had some thoughts on the next one.
Let's see. Being a godly wife and soon to be mom. Christian parenting. No, but like actually, I'm gonna start with being a godly wife because first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes a baby in a baby carriage, right? So
true facts. Again, wouldn't know.
Okay, so at least what I think about being a godly wife, you have to learn to be respectful of his position in the home, which in the beginning I found a little complicated, and I'm not far in my marriage, but, once you start figuring out, hey, he likes it when I respect him, I like it when he gives me flowers, You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think the beginning of a marriage is also learning each other's limits. Like, I've learned that if we have an argument, he's going to need a second. You know, it may not be the same in everybody's relationship, obviously, but what works for us is that when we have an argument, we take a minute, we separate ourselves. I'll go in the bedroom, or I'll go in the living room, or, you know, he'll do that. And then when we're ready, we'll just come back and we'll just sit in quiet together. And I'll grab his hand, you know, I'll let him know that, hey, I'm ready to talk, but I'm going to give you the time that you need. Like I said, that's what works for us, but respecting him as the leader of the home in a godly household manner is very important.
Yeah, and I definitely understand, like, learning each other's limits is really good, because even, like, in relationships, that's good, because I have a couple friends that are very, you know, jocular. They like to joke around. We kind of mess with each other. And I have some friends that are very serious and seldom, if that's a word. And, you know, learning that balance, but also I feel like it's easy to just assume everybody responds the same when that's not true. And just genuinely, I would recommend just taking time to get to know people, because it's very important, like, in a marriage, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, like, in our relationship before marriage, like in our engagement and in our like dating stage, part of that was watching and studying. You know, like, hey, I have to study what he's, you know, how he reacts to things I say, how he reacts to things I do, how I can be a better support system for him in his walk with God, you know, and then obviously how we will one day parent our kids.
Yeah.
So
that's really good.
And I mean, I grew up in a household that wasn't Christian all the time, I should say. I feel like my parents raised me in a lukewarm kind of way. And I've had justice to back me up. Like, hey, I can depend on him when I need to. You know, I can say, hey, can you pray for me? I'm having a bad day. And I can expect and trust that he's going to act the same way inside of the church as he is outside.
Yeah, just very genuine and upfront.
Absolutely.
That's good. And I feel like that's just what's good with every relationship, because it's transparency, number one, but it's just, you have to be honest. And I feel like it's way easier to be like, yeah, I'm fine, than sit down and have a hard conversation. But after all, the hard conversation is always going to help you guys grow in your relationship, but also you learn about yourself, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like in conversations I have with other people, I'm like, whoa, Sarah, I didn't know that. Like, or, like, something was revealed to me, and that's, like, the Holy Spirit inside of me, obviously.
Right. Something that we try to keep very, very serious in our relationship is something we don't even say the word. We don't joke about it. We don't say it. That word being divorce. Because when you loosely keep it hanging around, soon you're going to think that it's an option, you know?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be. And I, again, come from a broken home. My parents are divorced. I have a stepdad. You know, you learn a lot from that side of the fence as well. So
I have noticed, like, I've just seen couples who throw the word around, like, if you do X, Y, and Z, I'm literally divorcing you. And it's like, okay, if this was a thought, first of all, I feel like that indicates that something is wrong. Y'all need to fix something. I don't know how that looks like. And of course, I've never been married. I'm focused on Jesus, though, obviously. But it's like, okay, it's kind of unhealthy, I feel like.
Very. I mean, and especially with it being so loose. I mean, in today's culture, you know, you throw that around so easily. But you want to hold yourself to a higher standard.
Yeah, especially being Christ's image bearers.
Some who are maybe engaged, or some who are in a serious relationship that are planning on an engagement or planning to get married eventually, you know. We want to show them the right way.
Yeah.
You know, obviously we want you to have a good relationship when your time comes. So
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like that's very honorable of you guys to do something like that, because it's putting your money where your mouth is.
Absolutely.
You have to practice what you're preaching, And I feel like it kind of keeps you accountable in a way.
And marriage can get hard, especially when you throw a baby in the mix. It's going to be hard in the beginning, and part of the conversations that Justice and I have been having recently is like, hey, how are we going to keep our relationship strong when we're sleep deprived, when we're angry, and, when we're exhausted from the day's work with either the baby or at our job,
Yeah. So for the next one, after that profound little segment, when is it hard to act like Christ? And you had something to build on.
How should I represent myself is the branch that I kind of thought tied in a little bit. Because when you ask the question, when is it hard to act like Christ? What does acting like Christ look like?
Yeah, I feel like that would just be, actively putting into practice the fruits of the Spirit. I think I said this last episode, but John 15 tells us that the greatest commandments are these: love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, but also love your neighbor as yourself. So I think it's just, bottom line, loving people no matter what that looks like, when it's really just acting like Christ and just smiling at somebody. Like, that's showing love.
I try to do that working in a customer service setting. Obviously, I may not always be having a good day, but that doesn't mean that I need to ruin someone else's.
Bro, that's like profound. That's literally so good.
Because, you never know what people are going through. You really don't. And if I look at someone a certain way, or if I snap at a friend wrong, how are they going to take it?
I feel like it could just go in a downward spiral.
Absolutely. And you never truly know how somebody's mental health is. And mental health is a very, very big situation, especially these days, with the young people, because you're easily influenced by the things of this world, I also have, on my little note sheet here, holding yourself to a higher standard is very important when it comes to being
countercultural. Sorry, I had to slip that out. Shout out to Joseph O'Brien. I'm a countercultural teenager and I'm proud of it. Anyway, if you know, you know. If you don't, check it out.
I'm scared.
Okay, anyway. I will not make every episode about him, guys. Jesus first, Jesus always, Jesus period, Jesus only, Jesus now. Jesus is the center of this podcast. It's just me, a girl. I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
Okay. I'm just a girl. And I want to have some faith-filled conversations with my sisters and very close friends. But I also, I want to have fun. Okay, it's secular music. Can't be singing that. Yeah, I got verbally stoned for talking about the weekend last week.
Sinner.
Holding ourselves to a higher standard with Lexi Brown.
But yeah, holding yourself to a higher standard, obviously, today is a lot different than it used to be. Christianity is shunned a lot of the time. And being able to be set apart from the norm, as younger married couples like me and Justice, also just younger teens, like you and your sister, and, it's important to have people and surround yourself with people that are going to continue or are determined in continuing their work with God.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are just Sunday and Wednesday Christians, and I know that sounds very, Christian white girl, but, it's real. But, yeah, I definitely have seen that, and I try to be the same person all around, whether you're texting me, you're calling me, or talking to me in person at church, at the grocery store, at Brahms. Yeah. You're gonna see the same Sarah Brown all over.
Yeah, and it's funny you said that, actually, because I have, when does your relationship become lukewarm? What I think, when I think this happens, this is my personal opinion, this is what I've personally, seen in my walk with God, because, obviously, I've had times where I'm like, hey, am I being lukewarm? Should I, figure this out? God, help me,
Yeah.
A lot of it starts with, my routine, and then when I get lazy with my routine,
Ooh.
or, I get too focused on my routine, you get easily distracted. Okay, so Sunday, you go to church, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sunday's God's day, right? Monday, you go to work. Tuesday, you go to work. Wednesday, you go to work. Thursday, you go to work. Friday, you go to work. Saturday,
you sit around and are fat. No. Sorry.
yes. Taco Bell, please.
No, don't dog on that. Hey, I might need to get rededicated tomorrow night at church because I'm joking. Number one, if you think I'm being dead serious, I'm sorry. I don't like Chick-fil-A. This is my unpopular opinion. So I said, Mom, I know we're getting food. I'm not eating Chick-fil-A. Take me to Taco Bell. And she did. So maybe I'm an entitled oldest home daughter, but like...
Is that the same thing you pulled when we went to Frontier City? You walked to Taco Bell and brought it into Chick-fil-A.
No, I do that. Oh, I did get Taco Bell that time.
I just exposed you. You're welcome.
Are Dino Nuggies even good? Now let me speak.
This is offensive.
It's offensive.
You're offending like everybody right now.
What in the Valley Girl are you? And for the closing segment... Anyway, I think your mucus just went up my nostrils. Not... I think I just peed my pants. Okay. I have never had them. I've had normal chicken nuggets. Again, don't get the hype. Sometimes there's little tendies in there.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Ick.
Personally, I've never had them, but I just don't get their hype because every kid I've ever babysat, their mom was like, Sarah, you can pop in a bag of Dino Nuggies if Chad gets hungry. Which I don't know what 4-year-old's name is Chad. I just needed a fake name real quick.
Opinion on Dino.
No, let me stop you right there.
My opinion.
She's obsessed. She has a pillow.
Okay, yes, I do. It's a Stegosaurus. It's a Stegosaurus nugget.
I don't like that sentence. With your Stego Nugget.
Steggy Nuggy. Okay. Dino Nuggies, do they taste better than regular Nuggies? Absolutely not. It's a chicken nugget. It doesn't taste any different. However, shape of a dinosaur. So that's gonna make the serotonin start.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yes,
it's coming from a freaking chicken.
Yes, but it's a dino. Okay, first of all, dinosaurs are very well related to chickens.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Shut up. No, I'm joking.
No, but the shape of the nugget makes me happy. Like, if I see a regular chicken nugget, it's like a circle, bro. That doesn't make anyone happy.
Okay, hear me out, though. If I was in the shape of the dinosaur...
I'm so scared of what you're gonna say.
Would you love me more than the shape of a Sarah? Sarah Teratops.
I gotta think about this real quick.
I'm leaving.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I love you.
No, I'm joking. No, that's great. Well, I think that about covers it. This is a fun episode. It's good. Well, I'm Sarah Brown, and this is my lovely co-host,
Lexi Brown.
And we just knocked out episode 2. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that far, bro.
I'm sorry.
That's too far.
I got excited. My tail's wagging. Okay. Please, someone lock me up. Anyway.
I need some melatonin, bro. I need to go to bed.
Anyway, happy birthday, Lexi.
Thank you.
Cumpleaños feliz. Cumpleaños feliz. No. Okay, fine. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you.
I just exposed you again.
Yeah, but thank you, and we love you guys, and we'll talk to you later.
Adios.
Ayo. She's speaking her native language.
Rude.